Capucine Blonde is eligible to vote on Sunday in her first presidential election. But the disconnect the French teenager feels from those in power is so great that she has decided there is no point.
The politicians are not living in the reality of everyday life. By reality of everyday life, I mean increased living costs of grocery shopping.
Blonde says she doubts any of the candidates would improve her job prospects to the point where she could afford to move out of her mother's house.
With politics and politicians, there are always debates, and they aren't constructive debates because nobody listens to each other and, in fact, they never lead to anything.
Pollster Ipsos forecast that nearly a third of voters may sit out this presidential election. That would be a record for a presidential vote in France and would exceed the number voting for any candidate. Another poll says among 18 to 25-year-olds, over 40% may ditch the vote. Young voters are often engaged in issues such as climate change. But analysts say abstainers avoid politics because politicians are seen as failing to improve their lives. Drama graduate Louis Labertet says he voted for President Emmanuel Macron in 2017 to keep Marine Le Pen out of power, but felt let down by what the former investment banker accomplished over his 5-year term.
The spark of hope we had 5 years ago has disappeared. Because I think the situation hasn't changed, politics are the same and are still there for the same thing, namely for the money.
Bucking the trend, Alun Keb said he never felt the inclination to cast his ballot, but does feel motivated to go to the polls this time around.
The best solution is to vote and not to abstain too much, because otherwise we could never change the situation.
Sinking purchasing power is one of voters' top concerns, amid rising food and energy prices, along with social payments, security, immigration, and the environment. But many feel these issues have not been addressed as much as they should be in this year's campaign. The presidential race appears set to be a rerun of the 2017 duel between incumbent Macron and Le Pen. Analysts say a high number of abstentions increases the likelihood of a surprise. President Emmanuel Macron has warned of a Brexit-style upset and said he wants voters to turn out in large numbers. Eddie Aitken, NTD News.